buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be an exciting, fantastic, energetic, soul-stirring ride.
Caribbean Connections TV will bring the Caribbean and its flavors to our viewers in a fresh, vibrant way.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Paradise Hendrickson here for Caribbean Connections Television. And here we have a special treat for you ladies out there. We have Omari Banks. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. It's a pleasure.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here in Canada. Happy to be here next to you, Paradise. It's a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys today.
Wonderful. I also had the opportunity to hear Omari sing. He serenaded me earlier. Oh, you guys, well, you'll see it later. Wonderful. It made me melt. So, this is your first time in Canada?
First time in Canada. I've heard a lot about it. I've got a few friends from back home who visit. And I actually met up with a couple of them before when I came over. So, yeah, it's my first time. I've been over to the UK, so I kind of braced myself for the cold conditions, but the people are lovely, so I'm happy to be here in Canada.
Well, it's a little chilly today. We've had nicer days. It's getting colder. It goes to minus 30. So you're lucky you're here right now. Wow. But anyway, don't worry, because I'm Paradise, and it's going to be warm in this room.
Have a bit of paradise with me.
Let's start with you, and let's talk about your career as a cricketer before we get into your career as an artist. Yes. Because you're well known as a cricketer. You have many accolades. Let's talk about that.
I started playing cricket professionally at the age of 18 years old. But I was involved in cricket from the age of probably 7, 8 years old. I grew up doing the thing that all the kids wanted to do, playing football, baseball, softball, athletics. So I did that whole sports thing as a child in primary school. But even before that, music was something that I was around my entire life. My dad is a musician. His name is Mr. Banky Banks from the island of Anguilla. So I had a love for music from a very young age. Actually, my earliest memory of myself performing on stage was when I was 4 or 5 years old in Italy with my dad on a show that he did over there. So music is something that I've always been around. But cricket, when I got to the age of 8, 9 years, really kind of took over, became an obsession, a passion. And went on to play professionally at the age of 18, international at the age of 20. Played professionally for 11 years, played in England for Somerset, with the Caribbean team as well, as I mentioned, and was at the pinnacle of my career. Was part of a world record partnership with the West Indies team in 2003, a record which stands to this date, chasing down the highest individual total of 418. I was part of the team, and I was not out at the end with Vasper Drake, so we chased down that total. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here in Canada now to share my music. People in the world of cricket and the world of sport know me for that. But a lot of people over the past couple of months and couple of years, that past year and a half, 2 years, have started to recognize me for my exploits in music as well.
Yes. So you just made the transition. So you always, I guess, had that passion for music while you're playing cricket. Did you see yourself doing music in the future, or you saw yourself continue with your cricket career?
No, as I mentioned, even when I played sports, music was something that I always used to relax me. Yes. I believe that music is about expression. And sometimes when you're playing cricket, you need that release point, time where you can go and spend that me time, as they would say, and really get into your thoughts and relax you. I got to a point in my cricketing career where I needed to move on and I guess have me time for the rest of my life away from that. And I moved on at a very early age, at the age of maybe 27, 28 years old. And I'm not telling you my age, though. Shoot. But I had fun doing that. But so moving on for me was something where it was not very hard because I got to a point where I wanted to do it. A lot of the times in sport, people move on because they have to. You retire and they say they kick you out the team, etc.
That was your title of your first single, right? Move On.
Exactly. The title of my album was called Move On, and inspired by that transition.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, who influenced you? I guess your father was a big influence in your life. Anyone else?
As I mentioned, yeah, my dad. I'm influenced by a lot of different artists. I like Lauryn Hill, John Mayer, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Tupac Shakur, Jay-Z, Nas, even some soca artists, the likes of the Mighty Sparrow. He's somebody who I like, Bob Marley. I mean, yeah. So I mean, the cliche names as well as a few names that if I call as a musician, you probably would know them. Some guys playing the guitar like George Benson, um, Eric Clapton, Andy Timmons, who's a guitarist, Paul Jackson Jr. Some of these guys are not necessarily mainstream, but guys who are like being a musician as well.
Are you shocked with the feedback? Because everyone's talking about you now as an artist, and you have built an amazing fan base right now. Are you shocked with the acceptance as you as an artist right now?
I'm excited, and I take it in stride. The reason being, I think it's one step at a time, but we've worked really hard over the past 4 years to ensure that people embrace that. Music is something where you can have a lot of smoke and mirrors and people just buy into it. But for me as a musician artist, I always took the approach that I would go out there and let people hear me live, and they can really judge from that. When you hear Omari Banks' song, I'm into producing the production side as well. To give a plug, I actually just did a song with a Canadian artist. It's our producer. His name is Mr. Damien Knight. So big shout out to him for that. That's a song that's called More Than Friends. But I think with music, you really got to really put your vibe on the song. And I've been blessed enough to, when I put my vibe on the song, people have embraced that. And I'm really happy how it's gone so far, but it's not by chance. It's been a lot of hard work that's been going on in front and behind the scenes.
What is Amari like? Let's say behind the scenes, like when you wake up in the morning. What are you like? What's your personality really like?
My personality, I'm actually a very kind of, I would say, intense character. I mean, I'm intense in the sense I'm laid back at times, but I'm intense in that every day I wake up, I try to go for what I want. Music is my thing right now. And when I was in sports, it was the same thing. When I played sport, I got up in the morning, I wanted to practice, I wanted to go to the gym to get fit, and etc. Now with music, I wake up in the morning, I send emails, I practice on my guitar, I go to the town, do some banking. Might have a lunch at a restaurant or at a beach bar in Anguilla because it's so beautiful there. You got to enjoy a bit of that. Big shout out to the tourist board of Anguilla for their support. But yeah, I mean, I do the normal things. I'm not the kind of person to just not a party animal, but I have my moments where I'll go out and hang out with friends and have a good time. But I'm more the focus driven kind of person, and yeah, I have fun too.
Are you a spiritual person? Do you tap into spirituality? For
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody that's living, well, not everybody, true, but I mean, yeah, but I believe in God. I believe in the spiritual forces that are out there. I believe that everybody has the opportunity to really connect to God, and it's about love. I think ultimately you have to have love for your neighbor, love for yourself, because in that way you do the things that you are best for um, you moving forward positively. And yes, I would say I'm a quite spiritual person, but I also respect other people's spirituality because I believe spirituality is something that's individual.
if you had to compare being an athlete, a cricketer, and an artist, is there one that's a little bit more difficult? Because one's physical, but like, do you find one more difficult than the other?
I try not to do that. And reason why I try not to do that is because I believe that I guess it's basically my philosophy. I believe that in life everything is a challenge. Anybody that you find that's successful at anything they do, they would have put a lot of time and focus in it. And sports was difficult, and music is difficult. But I believe that life is difficult. But it's just how you look at it and take every situation. I never came into music expecting that I'll get a hit and then I'll be popular and somebody will discover me and then I'll be great. I always had the intention to go into music. I love it. Get better at my instrument. Write a song that I feel passionate about. Write a song that I believe will connect to people. Not necessarily just follow an industry or follow what's happening. I mean, I'm cognizant and I'm aware of what's going on around me, but ultimately it's about creating music that I like. And if I like it, I mean, I'm hoping that other people will as well.
Well, we all love it. We love you.
Thank you.
Very talented,
Thank you.
multifaceted. Now, this is for the ladies. Okay. Are you a romantic person, and what's your idea of a romantic evening?
No, these are the hard questions.
These are the ones we're all waiting for right now.
Yeah, I would consider myself a romantic person.
Yes.
I'll put it this way: I'm from an island.
Yes.
We have a lot of beaches there. My idea of a romantic night would be to get something nice to eat, but you don't eat it in a restaurant. You go to the beach, you get a nice sheet, you put it along the beach, and you just sit down on that sheet and watch at your partner or watch at your friend, who's probably more than a friend. And you just enjoy food. I think you enjoy the food, and then after you enjoy the food, you be in a nice, relaxing, comfortable position to enjoy each other.
Okay, what's your idea of the perfect woman? If you had to create her right now.
I think that I don't have an idea.
You're getting a lot of trouble right now.
I don't have an idea of a perfect woman. I believe that every woman or every individual, every person has their piece of goodness and sweetness. There's good and bad in everybody. And I think it's about just being understanding and respecting that person's individual vibe. So you can't go out there and expecting this person to just fit in a particular mode. I believe also as well that the first attraction is always a physical attraction. So when you get that physical attraction, then you delve deeper into saying, okay, then cool, I like a personality as well. And then the first 6 months you show each other whatever you want to show them, but then over a period of time you kind of get into who each other really is, and then you go from that. So
Perfect answer, right, ladies? Perfect answer. He passed, right? He passed. Okay, boxers or brief?
boxers.
Nice. Okay. Can you cook?
A little bit. I don't do it much though, but sometimes.
What's your favorite dish?
Favorite dish?
cook.
To cook. Favorite dish to cook probably would be a fish pasta. Favorite dish to eat would be a vegetarian lasagna with scalloped potato, steamed fish, dumplings, but I can't cook it. Yeah.
Nice. Wonderful. Okay. So if you have advice out there for youngsters looking up to you, following you, what do you have to say to them?
Follow your dreams, but always plan. Whatever you do in life, it's important to have a plan. I think that's one of the most important things. People say, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna play for the West Indies or whatever. But they never really plan out and chart it and stay focused and disciplined to that. For me, I'm big on discipline, and don't compromise who you are. Stick to who you are and follow your dreams and go for it.
Perfect. Thank you. So let's talk about your tour. You're on tour right now? Let's talk a bit about that.
Well, this, as I mentioned, this is a promotional tour, but from here I leave on Tuesday to go to the UK to start the Morgan Heritage Strictly Roots European tour. So I'll be going to 4 different countries in Europe, the UK, Germany, France, and Holland. I'm really excited about that. Big respect and love goes out to the Morgan Heritage family. So yeah, I'll be doing that. As I mentioned before as well, I have a new single that's called More Than Friends. The music video for that is out right now, and that's really causing a big stir. But even before that, I did a single with the legendary artist, lead singer from Morgan Heritage, Peter Morgan, a song that's called No Point to Prove. And that's been making charts in Jamaica and Germany and throughout the world. So I'm really excited about that, really excited about the tour. There's a lot that's happening for me. And I'm really excited about the prospects for the end of this year and as well as 2016.
Great. How can your fans and new fans right now, I'm sure there's a lot of them now, reach you on social media or get in touch with you?
I'm very easy to get in contact with. If you remember my name, which is Omari Banks, you'll be able to contact me. On Instagram, it's Omari Banks 11, OMARIBANKS 11. On Twitter, it's Omari Banks, OMARIBANKS 11 11. Well, 11 meaning 11. Yeah. And Facebook, it's Omari Banks. And just search Omari Banks on Facebook. My artist and fan page. And on the web, it's www.omaribanks.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, before you leave, okay, I have to ask you nicely, can you please sing something and play something for us?
Definitely. We made love with no restraint. What we did means we're more than friends. I can't get you out my head. I won't even try to pretend. My cup of love is full to the brim. See you walking, started talking. Never knew X-thing would happen. Man, I'm tripping. Who was I fooling? Your body shaped like an hourglass dripping. When you come around, only vibes you bring. Yes, your cute face makes me weak within. I still remember the outfits you wear a long time coming in the gym. We made love with no restraint. What we did means we're more than friends.
I can't get you out my head. I won't even try to pretend. My cup of love is full to the brim. We made love with no restraint. What we did means we're more than friends. I can't get you out my head. I won't even try to pretend. My cup of love is full to the brim.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
My pleasure.
Wow. Buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be an exciting, fantastic, energetic, soul-stirring ride.
Caribbean Connections TV will bring the Caribbean and its flavors to our viewers in a fresh, vibrant way that will entertain as well as educate.